Hello, my name's Vikki. If you're new here, then welcome along. And if you're coming back, then welcome back. I'm a therapist. I work predominantly with women in the 50s, women who are feeling lost, stuck, trapped, disengaged, disconnected, lonely. And I help them to reconnect. I help them to reconnect with themselves and reclaim a sense of inner strength, inner freedom in this really safe and secure Sunday session of ours. So grab a hot drink, grab a glass of wine, grab a cacao, grab whatever you'd like to, and come along and snuggle up for Sunday. It's been a really dull day today. It's felt like it hasn't quite got light, those really grotty winter days. And I've been preparing for some snow, and we've not got any, but I've just been keeping really nice and warm and snuggly. And so I just thought I'd have a nice cup of licorice tea to keep me all nice and warm. So come and join in. This is a safe space, a calm, quiet space that I find and I make on a Sunday, or a Saturday, anywhere in the weekend where I've just got some peace and quiet, some time to myself. And it's a time for us to slow down, to listen inwardly, to make sense of what's happening beneath the surface. So welcome in. Let's begin. So many of us, many women who reach our 50s, we realise there's something quietly unsettling. We've spent decades meeting everyone else's needs, and somewhere along the way we've lost touch with ourselves, with who we want to be, who we once were perhaps. And it's not because of anything that we've done wrong. We're not failing at life. In fact, we're succeeding because we've taken care and we've put everybody before us, everybody's needs probably before ours. It's because being needed has just become so normal. Being reliable, doing what's expected, providing what everybody expects from us. Listening to yourself gets slowly pushed to the back of the queue or the bottom of the list. The things that we once enjoyed doing just get forgotten about. We spend our lives running children around to clubs and venues and sporting events, and maybe following our husbands or partners, pursuing their own hobbies and interests, and we tag along dutifully, faithfully. And then one day we realise, we sit and we think, but what do I do for me? And as our kids get older, or maybe we didn't have kids, but our commitments maybe get less and less, suddenly there's just a quiet void of where all our wants and hopes used to be. Over time, it becomes a sort of a self-abandonment. It's not deliberate and it's not dramatic. It's learned behaviour. We get so good at putting everybody first. Maybe we've got ill parents. Maybe we've got siblings that we've had to take care of. Maybe we've got a really demanding job. Maybe we've got our own children. Maybe we've got stepchildren. Maybe we've got grandchildren. You learn to override your own feelings and to minimise your own needs and to stay functional. We are experts at keeping everything going, spinning all our plates, keeping all the balls in the air. We're absolute experts at it. We're experts at it, and we've done it so well that we do it on autopilot. We find ourselves cruising through life, and then suddenly we look up and we look at the woman in the mirror, and sometimes, just sometimes, we don't even recognise that woman. So we have to ask, why does reconnecting feel so hard? It's not because you don't want it. Of course you do. You want to reconnect with the vivacious and fun-loving, enthusiastic, focused woman that we once were. Because your nervous system has learned that other people come first. And they do. And they have done for such a very long time. So slowing down and asking what you really feel, or noticing what you really need, can be so very, very difficult. It can feel unfamiliar. It certainly can feel unsafe. We're very good at putting other people's needs first, but when we come to put our own needs first, it can feel so unfamiliar, so unsafe, and we can really hang back from doing that. It's important to understand reconnection isn't about trying harder. God knows we've tried hard. We try hard every single day. And it's about creating enough safety to come back to yourself. And that's what we need to do. We need to create a safe space for us. We're very, very good at it. We create a safe space for absolutely everybody around us. But not often enough do we create it for us, because we've just never, ever focused on it. We've never been the priority, and now is the time to reconnect. And now is the time to be your own priority. So what does reconnection in your 50s, what does it look like? And it looks different for every single one of us. But it can start really quietly. Noticing what you need, with curiosity. What is it that you want? What makes you happy? What used to make you happy that you've neglected perhaps? Small moments of honesty, just being honest with yourself. Maybe with a friend, maybe with a trusted family member. We're not asking what should I do, but we're asking, what do I feel? Where are the gaps? Where do I need a hand? And we're letting the answer be simple or unclear or emotional. We're going to find our emotion again, the emotions that we've probably put to the side, buried underneath. And we can be going through some huge life changes. We can be stepping back from a relationship breakdown, the loss of a parent, loss of a child, change of career, a loss of career. We might be mourning the loss of the figure that we used to have, the loss of the energy. We're not losing, we're simply changing. And somebody said to me the other day that, oh Vikki, you're so brave. And that bravery is because I've stepped away from relationships that were not only not causing me joy, but they were bringing me pain and bringing me harm and discomfort and unhappiness. And it takes a lot of effort and a lot of dedication to walk away from such unhappy circumstances. And then somebody else was talking to me about her husband and how unhappy she is, and her biggest fear is, but what if the next one isn't any better? And I simply said, what if the next one's just you? It doesn't have to be an unhappy partnership with a husband that you don't like or somebody else. What about if it's with you? What if you reconnect and you spend time with you? That's not brave. It's certainly not lonely. It can be really rewarding. And it's something that we're not really encouraged to do. And so the work I do with women is to help them gently just to reframe who they are. Because you haven't lost yourself. You've just adapted to everything else that needed doing. And the part of you that adapted to when you had young children, when they got a little bit older, when they were teenagers, the part of you that was relentlessly keeping up with everything, it's now got a chance to soften. This is a beautiful era. We've got more money, we've got more time on our hands, we've got more freedom. Reconnection isn't necessarily a reconnecting to who you once were. It's an introduction. It's a reconnection to who you're becoming. And possibly for the first time in your life, the person that you're becoming, it's completely up to you. When we're younger, we might be focused on building a family, having children. Once we get to this age, we're not starting again. We've done the hard work for everybody else. We're now beginning to come back to us. We're beginning to come back to what it is that we want. Not possibly that we should be. Not trying to please other people, just pleasing us and pleasing ourselves. And it's not selfish. It's strengthening. And the stronger we are, the better that we look after absolutely everybody else. So I guide women through huge life changes, through loss, through bereavement, through the breakdown of relationships, friendships. A gentle hand to guide you along the way, to maybe hold a mirror up to see what's already inside, to see how strong, capable you are. So if this resonates with you, then you're welcome here in this very, very safe space. I'm building a community of like-minded women who like to come together, who share ideas, share enthusiasm, cheerlead for each other, encourage each other. This web of women entering this new phase, this new era. Because together we'll all rise. There's nothing that you're going through that somebody else hasn't, and there's nothing that's facing you that we can't get through. These conversations are here to help you reconnect with yourself at your own pace and in your own way. There's no rush here. This is really gentle, slightly slower pace of life. And if you do want a place to get some guidance, I've created a free PDF, a little guide. You're not lost. It's a gentle midlife reconnection guide, and I'll put the link down below. There's no pressure. It's just there. If you think it's supportive, then please work along with it. Get in touch. We'd love to hear from you. If you can like the video, then fantastic. It's great to have you here. It's great to know that there's women out there who might be searching for someone just to hold their hand when it's quiet, in the middle of the night, when you can't sleep. Maybe when you've started on a new journey and you're laying alone, staring at the ceiling, watching the hours go by, just wondering if you've done the right thing. And you've walked away from something that might have ripped your heart apart. And you feel like you'll never be happy again. And even if you've walked away from something that was so painful, something that you knew wasn't right, something that left you emotionally, physically, financially, emotionally battered and bruised and torn apart, a little heap on the floor, thinking that you'd never survive, but you will. Remember the pain. Remember the pain of what you're walking away from. And sometimes the loneliness of starting again can be all-consuming. But it's also possible to get through it. You just need to reconnect. And I can guide you through that. And we can get through together. So it would be lovely if you could follow along. We'll be doing some lives at some point where we can all join and have a nice cup of something, or a cocktail perhaps, or a glass of wine, whatever it is. We could have a little Sunday gatherings, just a little safe space to just come together and be amongst like-minded women. So whatever it is that you're up to this week, I wish you a very nice week. If you've seen any of my other videos last week, I'm starting a little mission, which is #BringBrooches_back. And this week I am sporting a beautiful glittery heart with a little butterfly on the corner. My favourite symbol is hearts, and a very close friend of mine, she's butterflies, so I like this for both of us. Got this today in a charity shop. Went brooch shopping, and I bumped into an old friend last night, and she had a brooch on. I was just, oh my gosh, there's this movement happening. That was glamorous women. And it was always glamorous older women who used to wear brooches. So I think we're just bringing that little bit of glitzy glamour back. Because we may be getting older, but by God, we can still look fabulous and glamorous. So have a lovely Sunday, have a lovely week. And yeah, I'll be back next week for some more reconnecting. Thank you for joining me. Thank you.